Hi, this is Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart, and this is a closing market update. Markets aren't closed yet. What am I saying? We've got another 40 minutes, but I just want to get one out because I've hit my target close enough, and I'll tell you why. We hit the targets on SPY. So remember, the bounce target was 19,660, but as I've said repeatedly, and I always do, and the downtrend line, I always like to sell a little shy of the actual resistance level. If all eyes are looking at one thing, especially when you're up 3.5% almost on the Nasdaq 100, over 3%, you're going to get likely the seller step in early. Now we may still very much get there, but I just sold because that was where my plan was to sell a little shy of that level, and I reduced it actually down a hair. I was going to sell. See this little? No, you probably can't see it in the video. It's a little blip right here. That's where I had a sell limit order for QQQ. We still very well may get there. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see us get up and hit that target today, but close enough. And then SPY at the same time hit its comparable target. Let me give you that. So there it is. So basically, we're within. You can see the little crosshairs. You probably can't see it, but I can tell you. It says up to the trend line. We're about a third of a percent below that, and from the price level, 19,660.4. So again, very well may if we rally into the close. Today has all the makings of a trend day. For those of you not familiar with what a trend day is when the market opens and then continues higher throughout the day with just almost a unidirectional, little zigs and zags along the way. But you open and you close at or near the highs on a trend day. That's what it is. And so we'll probably get that there. And but again, is it worth it to try to milk out another third of a percent? Maybe. Not in my opinion. And let me show you why I also it's not all, me, it's not all about QQQ or NQ, even though that's my trading proxy. There it is on QQQ. Remember, 15-minute chart. So one I've been giving you lately for the bounce targets. Very well-defined level on a 473.91. I'm going to take it here. We came within, you can see a quarter point of there. Again, close enough for government work. Why risk a quarter point when you're also risking a sudden reversal should they dump it in the close? Should it not prove to be a textbook trend day? So there's that. But and more so, if you guys remember, I've given you targets on SPY. I gave you back here. This was a very good level to cover shorts. It's comparable to where we covered on NQ in reverse. It was very, very good support. 540, 54.41, 54.40ish. We put in, remember, recently has talked about positive divergence, hence this powerful rally off that divergent low, hence the reason for staying long and strong despite this, chop recently. And these are the targets I gave you, 55.84. You can see we hit that almost to the button today. So that played in to a large part to me modifying my again, I was always going to sell a little shy of that level, but even a little more shy. There's an uptrend line right there. And it was also, you can see a little gap right here. If you look in on ES, and I'll get to SPY in a second, same thing. So you can see I had that level. It's a very good resistance level. It wasn't a random price target. Let me see if I can pull that chart up for you from the previous. Yeah, I did post the static charts. I sometimes I cover these in videos. So that was it right there. Yes, offered it and would still offer an objective long entry at the 54.41 price support as well as a minor break above this trend line. You had this nice little bullish falling wedge. Oops, that's not it. There was the trend line. First and second targets, 54.84. And so boom, punched it today, almost a perfect tag of that level. And again, that also plays into, remember, we had consolidate around, put in a bigger divergent low, as I also covered in recent videos, that had we gone on to retest or undercut these, you'd have even bigger divergence. Again, this was back from, you can see here, July 26th, and that was then, this is now. So you can see we went out, punched the trend line, hit that target on SPY, and again, the takeaway here, I say this often, you want to trade, even if you are trading QQQ or NQ like I do, you want to certainly keep an eye on SPY. SPY being the S&P 500. There's the gap. You can see these are, I haven't updated all these charts. I just look at them and there it is. Boom. That's the gap I'm talking about. So when I saw we hit that, which coincided with my ES target, and we were a little shy of the bounce target on QQQ. And the way this works, guys, it's simple. And I say this often. there are different subsets of traders out there. Some only trade NQs, some only trade ES, some only trade small caps, some, I'm talking stock indexes. So then there's a very, very large contingent that trades this S&P 500, either via SPY or ES. So why am I going to risk try to milk out another quarter point upside on QQQ when there's a good chance on the biggest up day in months that SPY traders are going to come in and sell that gap backfill? That is a textbook, very obvious and blatant level for sellers to step in on a big day like today, and that's it. So went from long and strong to nice and short, and we'll go home at least, till I get some pullbacks now. I'll probably update that I want to get this video out to you by the close. So if I sit here now and start to identify levels, my goal was to get up there, reverse. I will share levels. Let me go to a 5-minute chart to show you some other things I saw. Maybe we come back in and just test the top of this range. That was our short pullback trade today. You remember we did this. I got this out to you in the video. We had this little divergent high, and I looked for a pullback to the, which I posted an update for you guys under that post. I'll find it for you in a second. But that was the target that I had there. Boom, we hit it, reversed, and went long again. And it's been a good day. So coming in day long, little pullback, short day trade op I gave you earlier, pop up to the top, and that's it. Day is over. I'll recollect. I'm not. And I didn't go super heavily short. I was, heavy long, took it out to about a half short position, just to game a pullback. And again, I'll kind of reassess this as we end up here. But this is a 5-minute chart. So that was a trade earlier today, off the highs, suspecting we'd get a pullback pre-Fed, which we did, and that worked out for a nice day trade. I've kept on the NVDA short. I'll show you why in a second. But all right, so here's that post. I gave you the QQQ. QQQ was in here on a 5-minute chart, and then I gave you an update down here. Day trade fade, minimum pullback price target hit, which was the uptrend line. Remember, it was in the video, I didn't highlight it as such, but it was highlighted the other day before we even broke it. I was covering on the 15 and 60-minute charts this uptrend line, and that's what broke yesterday to spark that sell-off right there and took us down to that divergent low. And so I simply, when the video, I told you this was my pullback target, just a little quick pullback trade, and that's what we hit exactly right there earlier today. And so that was a perfect entry on the short side. Exit long, entry short. Again, just active trading stuff. And this is what it was right here. That's where we shorted it back to right there, which was that pullback target I gave you in the video. And then boom, this is a longer term swing target hit. And this is a 5-minute chart also on QQQ. So you see there's a lot in here, and that's why I have to do these videos. It's just too much to mark up and put annotation, get out to the home. So right here, right after we hit that the back gap fill on SPY, the target on SPY that I showed you, we reversed, and then we went on to break this 5-minute bearish rising wedge right here on QQQ. No, 1 minute. I'm sorry, we're on a 1-minute chart, and that's it, guys. So I will kind of sitting tight on these now, because this is the bounce I was looking for. Remember, all along that was my minimum bounce target and preferred, and effectively hit. I'm still very much open to this, and again, I'll do either another video later today or tomorrow and let you know if and when, if you're looking at objective levels, sure, we've got an uptrend line here. Technically, we're on right now. When I zoom out on this 15-minute chart, remember on the 5, I added a different one I just showed you. No, that was a 1-minute chart. I'm sorry, guys. That was a 1-minute trend line that broke there. On the 15-minute chart, we're back to trend line support and that price level support. So I might just take a quick profit on the shorts right now. Hold on. Okay, and that's what I did. So see, it's an active trader. I get out those setups to you when I can. I can't always. I'm in and out too quick. That's it. I just covered that shorts and went into an even smaller long position in case we drift a little lower today. But to probably game a bounce, I'll probably buy it up here on that trend line. And again, this is bigger right here, 467.83. So we'll call that 468, and we're close enough there too. So. So that's it. So just for all intents and purposes, I think the RR, the very near terms, is not very clear. So I've lightened up. and I will go home at this point. Well, I don't know how I'll go home. I've got half an hour left in the trading day. So, but like I said, I just got a little long now. I think they'll probably step in. If they don't buy it here at the trend line, they'll buy it back here, most likely. And if not, I will let you know if I think it's time to. I'm just not, my confidence on those longer term targets to be heavy short, not yet. It's not there yet. I think we could still see some more upside tomorrow. And again, look, remember, we have Meta tonight. Fed's out of the way, but we have Meta tonight, Amazon, Apple tomorrow. So to get heavy long or short, it's just a crapshoot, in my opinion. And these are still the longer term targets, which I very much maintain, but we're still at, we had big support here that we remain above. We held the trend line here on QQQ. You can see it there as well. It depends on which variation. The yellow trend line is the primary trend line. NQs I've covered quite a bit. I had the longer term chart. Let me give you the daily chart here. This is very, very, very important chart to me too. NASDAQ 100 futures, that T4 level, which we've hit and maintained so far, we've held. So bottom line is, split. I'm very much open to a little more upside and leaning that way. That will probably bounce up here to T2 or somewhere there. Those higher bounce targets I gave you on the QQ60 before reversing. So my plan is, and I'm sorry, it's in the nature of me to actively trade when the opportunities are here, because again, it's like when you have these days where the NASDAQ's up over 3% and down the other day over 3%. It's like hitting the fast forward button on the 3-4 times speed on your TV. If you're an active trader, versus trading in a bull trend. A bull trend, you go up, you go up, you up. But as I often say, and you've heard me say it a lot, stocks tend to fall a lot faster than they rise. Here's a great example. Just a matter of these are daily candles, and what is that? A couple of weeks, we wiped out several months again. The market's taken us back to where we were back in February right here in just a couple of weeks. And so boom, and today was a great example how that cuts both ways. So all right, guys, that's it. So I started the video to tell you targets were effectively hit, 100% hit on SPY, and that's why hair shy on QQQ, but that was the plan all along, to sell a little below there. Game of pullback, which already happened for me at least, and so long again I just showed you the levels, and I'm probably confusing the heck out of you guys, and sometimes I actually regret sharing active trading plans because I get comments, confusion, and sometimes outright anger. But to make it very clear, lest it be confusing to anybody, these are still the longer term targets I maintain. It's just that we're not going to go straight. It doesn't work like that. It works like this, hence the reason I list multiple targets. And so I'll try my best, I always do, to try to game the squiggles and tell you how I'm going to game them and what the likely levels. And look at this too. This is, by the way, as I'm looking at this board, that's a pretty good, it was a support level I had there, 473.56. Boom, we kissed it today. So the rally could be over, and if it's not, this is my kind of what I showed you earlier, my scale back in zone. I'll be, again, at the moment, technically I'm long right now in the active trading account. Still have some long-term swing short positions, and I'll, scale back, but, I'll get back in, increase the amount of those, and including my trading account, if and then we get a little higher up here to the top of that bounce range. But if we never do, that's what I'm trying to say, I leave the possibility open. That's why I scale in. That's why I don't like these binary all or none entries. Unless it's clear. There are times I tell you, boom, that's a hard short, that's a hard long, hard entry. But in this case, I'm very much open to a little more upside. But it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden the bottom just falls out here. And if it's gonna be probably tomorrow night with Apple and Amazon, or on Friday or next week. So, and I'm still calling us down here to the 200 days. So it's just a matter of picking up a few more nickels in front of the steamroller or not. And so that's that. All right, what else do I have? Crude oil, we're just getting paid in this one today. Hard entry yesterday, highlighted in advance if we got there, then highlighted to right when we were there yesterday. Look at that, and just one day we've made on this trade. Hopefully some of you caught it. I haven't heard any comments or feedback on it, but that is I'm trying to move the line, measured. It's whatever, it's 5+%. I was a little trying to measure, drawing a trend line here. This is how you measure, yeah, 5.25%. And same thing, we're close enough to T2 now, and so that's effectively a hit. If you want to book the quick profits, it's not a bad time. At the very least, raise your stop to protect profits. Okay, and I mentioned I'll get to NVDA, and as I told you today, I'd give it a little room up to there. So, and I was, and even after shorting this one today, I'm still looking for a pullback, and I'm still short the shares there. Told you I started to scale back in for a longer term swing trade. The puts, the shares were was intended to be a day trade. I'm going to take it home because NVIDIA is at the top of that trading range. That's good resistance. I'm also considering this an indirect hedge, short NVIDIA to, at the moment, long NQ. But again, you know me, I could be short again by the close. So I'm going to stop the video here, get it out to you, and to just recap and keep it very simple because I threw a lot at you in this video. That's it. So there it is. Close enough to that target, and the fact that SPY hit the same and ES a comparable target at the same point in time that we were here says it's that's we could get up there, but that was a good exit point right there, and so kind of regroup tomorrow. All right, guys, let me get the video out to you, and that way you'll have it hopefully before the close. This has been Randy Finney with Right Side of the Chart. Have a great day.